Hello, good day, guys. My name is Nick, technical analyst with SuperForex. Today, we shall be looking at the technical analysis on the currency pair, the Eurozone to the United States dollars. And first, we will be talking about fundamentals before we move right down ahead to technicals, which is purely what we're going to be seeing on the chart now. We have noticed that the US dollar has edged lower in early European trade Tuesday ahead of the release of the hotly anticipated US inflation data, which is likely to set the tone ahead of next week's Federal Reserve meeting. And the dollar index, of course, tracks the greenback against the basket of 6 other currencies, traded 0.3% lower to 107.803, continuing its pullback from the 20-year high of 110.79 seen as last week. Now, all eyes on Tuesday will be on the release of the August US Consumer Price Index at 8:30 ET GMT, which will be the last significant guide of the country's inflationary pressures ahead of next week's Fed policy setting meeting. Analysts expect the headline number to be 8.1%, which would be down from 8.5% in July, with gasoline prices having fallen nearly 10% since last month on a monthly basis. The outlook is for inflation to fall 0.1%, where it was the flatter from the prior month, while the market will be looking at not just the headline number, but a core number that strips out food and fuel to see what the month-to-month trend is like. It will take some surprising numbers to make the Fed deviate from a third consecutive 75 BP rate hike. Analyst ING has already noticed this, why we are already checking this. Now, tell you what we're seeing on the chart. Elsewhere, we have noticed that Euro USD rose to about 0.2% to 1.0139, with the Euro continuing to benefit from last week's jumbo rate hike by the European Central Bank and the associated hawkish comments by a number of officials, including the influential Dutch Bundesbank, by President Joachim Nagel, pointing for further rate increases this year. The German inflation has remained elevated in August at 7.9% on the year, while data released earlier Tuesday showed that this is expected to result in a very weak German ZEW economic sentiment index later in the session. Now, what to expect from this? Purely, we are expecting a push up to the uptrend and most likely a breakout of the most recent resistance zone at 1.02044 to give birth to a much more important zone. Checking our 4 hours time frame, we are seeing, of course, this could result to the 1.02153 zones and, of course, elevate upwards to 1.02487 zone. Now, if we were to make an entry at this point and let our trade run up to this point, we're looking at nothing less than 90 to 100 pips from that trade, of course, which is good money. And that's our technical analysis on today's currency pair, Euro USD. Now, let's move over to the stock markets. Welcome, guys. Now, today on the stock markets, we'll be having a look at Unilever. It has been said that Ben & Jerry's plans to amend its lawsuit challenging the sale of its ice cream business in Israel by its parent company Unilever. And in a letter filed last week, Wednesday night in federal court in Manhattan, Ben & Jerry said plans to file an amended complaint by September 27th, which Unilever's response due by the 1st of November. Unilever has agreed to the timetable. The letter said its response to Ben & Jerry's original complaint had been due on Tuesday, while Ben & Jerry's have sued on July 5th, saying the sale of the Israeli business to local licensee, Avizinga, breached Unilever's 2000 agreement to buy the Burlington, Vermont-based company because it would allow ice cream sales in the West Bank. While in July 2021, Ben & Jerry's decided to end sales in Israeli-occupied Palestinian territories, calling it inconsistent with the progressive values and social mission it retained the right to promote. That decision has prompted a backlash against Unilever, including the divestments by pension funds from the consumer goods company and accusations of anti-Semitism by some Jewish groups. Now, this, of course, is supposed to have a dent on the market. We have been noticing a decline all from yesterday. And of course, this should reach out to cover out this gap at the 46.11 region. And if you were to make an entry from here, we are looking at up to 80 pips plus from that trade, which is good money, of course. And an extension to this most recent support zone, we are having nothing less than 100 pips from there at a 45.67 zone, of course, which is still good money. So that's our analysis on today's stock market. Unilever. I remain your host, Nick. Bye for now.